welcome to FiddleHed Fiddle Lessons. We're going to return to the tune Tennessee Waltz, and in this lesson we are going to learn how to sing it and play chords at the same time. Alright, I have a series of lessons on this. I have some introductory lessons to singing and playing, and I will do my best to put a link to those in the description below. I just have to remember to do it. Alright, and so anyway, I've already also done a beginner video on how to play the melody to this song, alright, the Tennessee Waltz. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a verse and a chorus, sing a verse and a chorus with the chords, and then we're going to talk about how to do it, kind of go through it line by line, alright? I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee Waltz when an old friend I happened to see. I introduced her to my loved one, and while they were dancing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me. I remember the night and the Tennessee Waltz, and now I know just how much I have lost. Yes, I lost my little darling, and they were dancing to the beautiful Tennessee Waltz. Alright, that's it. So, well, I'll just get into it, show you what was done. First off, you need to know the chords for this song. There are 3 chords: D major, G major, and A. Let's learn those right now. I also, again, just to say, I have kind of videos that go more in depth on how to do chords and singing and so forth that you might want to check out. So for the D chord, I'm not going to explain any theory behind this in this lesson. I'm just going to show you the chords, and there's other lessons I have for theory. The D chord, we're going to use G1 and open D. Just play that for a little while. Okay, and then for G chord, all we do is lift the G1 and play open G and open D. Very basic chord. If you play guitar, you would call that a power chord. So is the first one, is also a power chord. Alright? And then for the A chord, we're going to put the first finger across both strings, G1 and D1. And that's a bit harder. If you're pretty new to this, to double stops, and you're maybe more of a beginner, there's an easier way to do it. You could play D1 and open A. That's an alternate A that'll be a little easier for you. Alright, so practice that if you need to, and practice the A if you need to. So yeah, in fact, I want to have you take a moment to pause the video and practice each of those chords. Just play them, alternate between them evenly. Just practice them on your own a little bit before we move on. Okay, cool. Thanks for doing that. Now, let's try to put those together with the song. So, before attempting to do this, it's a good idea to be able to sing the song. So, if you can't already do that, that would be another thing you could do right now, would be to pause and just learn how to sing the basic melody, alright? And while we're at it, if you take the time to learn the melody on fiddle, that'll help you a lot with this process, because you'll know the melody a lot better. So you might want to, if you haven't even done the basic melody yet, you might want to do that before doing this lesson. I'll leave that up to you though, just a suggestion. Alright, and so, anyhow, the first line of the tune, just try to sing it. I was dancing with my darling, to the Tennessee Waltz. So, I was dancing. You might feel, if you're a guy, you might have a lower voice. You might, I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee Waltz. All right. By the way, I did this song in the key of D. There's no reason why it has to be. In fact, if I were singing it, I would probably put it in a different key that worked better for my voice. I think I did it in this key because it's easy to learn on fiddle, like the melody, and also the chords are pretty easy. And so you may notice if you listen to this and you can pick out chords that usually people do it in different keys because the really just great singers like find the perfect key for their voice. Anyway, that's getting off topic, I think. Let's get back to the song. So we're going to start by playing, now that you've practiced that line, and if you need to, practice it a few times in a row. Loop on that line, just singing until it's really good. Now we're going to return to play the D once again, the D chord. All right. And now just try to sing, I was dancing with that chord. I was dancing, I was dancing, I was dancing, I was dancing. So if you loop on that one little bit, it will have a tremendous benefit. You'll probably, the rest of the tune will start flowing. So point is, do not try to do the entire song and play the chords all at once. It'll just be really frustrating. Start with that one little phrase, and then it'll start to feel like music if you just loop on it like that. So now let's extend it a little bit more. Pause the video if you need to and do that more, but otherwise let's move on. So the chord doesn't change to G until the word waltz. So let's first just play the chords. So we're going to do three bows on the D chord. Okay, and then one on the G. So if we can, let's just cycle that twice in a row. Now let's attempt to sing it. Let's practice singing it one more time. I was dancing to my darling to the Tennessee Waltz. Now put it together with the chords. I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee Waltz. And now let's do it twice in a row, that one line. I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee Waltz. I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee Waltz. So I recommend doing that a whole bunch before moving on. Alright, if you can do that, you've been able to sing through a chord change, and the rest is just sort of variations on that idea. So the next line is when an old friend I happen to see. When an old friend I happen to see. And it's D chord twice, A chord twice. Here we go again. Just play the chords once. Alright, now try to sing and play it. When an old friend I happen to see. Next line is like the first. I introduced her to my loved one, and while they were dancing. So that's three Ds and a G. I introduced her to my loved one, and while they were dancing. Alright, so for each of these lines, you may want to just pause and practice them. Sorry if that's getting repetitive that I keep saying that, but it's really important. Okay. And then my friend stole my sweetheart from me. My friend stole my sweetheart from me. So that's D chord, A chord, D chord twice. Alright, sing it again. My friend stole my sweetheart from me. Okay, let's move on to the chorus, I guess we'll call it. I remember the night, I remember the night and the Tennessee waltz. So that line is D, A, G, D. By the way, I always say this, but there's in the description below, there's more things to help you. Sometimes tabs. In this video, there'll be lyrics with chord symbols above it, and then the chords will be explained as well. All right, so that's D once, A, G, D. I'll do it once. For those of you, I forgot, there may be beginners who are doing the easier A. I'll do it with the easy A right now. Remember the night and the Tennessee waltz. So remember, the easy A is D1 and open A. Alright? Now I know just how much I have lost. So that line, now I know just how much I've lost, is 2 Ds, 2 As. And then basically, the song finishes. This next 2 lines have already been the 3rd and 4th lines of the from the beginning. So we pretty much have the entire thing. I'll just close by saying that you can practice. If you get this down and you're really good with these long notes hold for 3 counts. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright? If you get those down really well, you can start to do something like a more interesting rhythm, like 1, 2, 3. Dancing with my darling to the Tennessee waltz, and an old friend I happen. Alright? And you can even do. That might be a bit involved for now, but the point is you can add, I would start with maybe the triplets as an easy rhythm to get going on. You know, there's different ways you can add simple rhythm to it. Even just doing like. So that's just a single note followed by 2 double stops. So if we just do it on D major, it'll be. You could do all separates, but I like doing like a slur 2. Try that rhythm, just do it on 1 chord, no singing for a while. Then try it on G for a while. And then on A for a while. And then eventually try to put it into the song very slowly. I was dancing, I was dancing. With my darling to the Tennessee waltz, an old friend I happened to see. I introduced her to my, and so on. So anyway, well, I hope that was useful and fun for you, and I'm glad you made it to the end. Way to keep going, keep on trucking. All right, see you next time on the FiddleHed Fiddle channel. Thanks for watching.